I unfortunately saw a lot of fights when I was in jail and prison. There were fights over nearly everything. Over food in the chow hall, over rec equipment outside, over a football game on TV, and obviously behind gangs and drugs and money, all the normal things. And there were commonly conflicts between roommates. Now, some people were really good at communicating, they were really good at resolving issues, and some people got into a lot of fistfights. And there was actually a system, kind of an unofficial system of how you figure things out. When you're moving in with somebody or when you actually get to the cell, you say, hey man, let's talk about all the things. Let's talk about when we have the light on, when we have the light off. Let's talk about who goes to chow first, or who does this, or when you have a set time that you want to watch TV or work on something, so I don't ask you to use the cell during that time. And as long as you get those things out of the way, you're good. But especially young guys or new guys, they come in and they don't have those conversations. So things build and build and build, and one day somebody snaps, or sometimes they both snap. The thing is, those were not the most serious fights. Like, those were not generally the same as gang fights or fights behind a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of drugs, but it was just kind of like a blowing off steam fist fight. Now, I did see them get out of control. I did see some very serious things involving weapons, but those were few and far between. Because generally, it was just not knowing how to communicate and things building up and being frustrated rather than actually having a real legitimate reason to want to hurt somebody. So again, one of my roles later on was to kind of try to resolve things or kind of step in and be like, hey man, let's just mediate this. Let's talk about what's going on. And so often, as long as somebody didn't have to lose face, if they could feel heard or they could feel validated, they're like, yeah man, this really bothers me. And the other person would be like, damn, okay, I get it. But often guys wouldn't do that. So it took somebody to kind of be in the middle and talk to each person, warm them up, and generally avoid violence because nobody really wants violence. It's just an outcome where people feel like they're powerless. There's nothing else they can do.